I'd like to see this bag see a bit of a resurgence because my goodness, does it deserve it. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. Hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 2 to 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and, of course, celebrating others. So prepare for the incoming Poppy rescue. There it go. There she goes. It's about to happen. We'll figure that out in a moment. So, are you just going to sit up there? Rescue time. There we go. It was bound to happen, wasn't it? So what are we talking about today? I want to talk to you about the Mulberry Bayswater because it's an absolute icon. I had someone in my comments a week or so ago ask if I could provide a bit of an update on this particular bag or what my thoughts were on it. I thought, absolutely, let's do that. I speak about the Bayswater a lot because I own a number of them and I carry them with a fair amount of regularity. So you hear me speak about them regularly, but let's talk about the bag. Because the Bayswater is really an iconic bag. I think it is one of those bags that can truly say it has had it bag status. And it certainly, to my mind, is the Mulberry it bag. The Alexa is definitely kind of creeping in, but the Bayswater is really, really standing the test of time. And I think it really did have an iconic status, it bag status, and is still very relevant today. So the Bayswater was first conceived in 2003. So it is 22 years old, and the bag has changed very little throughout that time, particularly when you look at the exterior aesthetic of it. It has remained very true to itself since its initial conception. And it, like I said, it is was first conceived in 2003, and since then it has had so many iterations. When it comes to the Bayswater, there have been pebbled leather versions, fabric versions, mock croc versions, there have been patent versions, there has been leopard print, there has been bright colour, there has been neutrals, there has been all sorts, there have been various sizes with the Bayswater. You have been able to get the heritage Bayswater, the zipped Bayswater, the belted Bayswater, there was a satchel Bayswater, there's a mini Bayswater, there have been the Piccadilly, which is the travel version of the Bayswater, but keeping the same visual aesthetic. There have been so many versions of this bag over the years, this piece over the years. It really has managed to continue reinventing itself and maintaining its customer base and its allure whilst staying true to what it was always intended to be. And I like that in a piece. I believe that a collection needs to have staples. I think that a brand needs to have staple pieces, that absolutely, there will be seasonal pieces, there will be trends, there will be things that come and go. That is the ebb and flow of fashion. But to have pieces that stay as a continuous part of your collection, aesthetic, design identity is really, really important. And the Bayswater, I truly believe to be that for Mulberry. They have the Bayswater, which has really been around for a long time. The Alexa has been around for a long time, I think since 2010, if I'm not mistaken. The Lily has been in the collection for many years, as has the Iris. Like, there have been many pieces that have stood the test of time for Mulberry, and the Bayswater is just a fantastic example of a bag. And I am slightly biased because I have 4. My favourite bag in my collection is the Bayswater, and it is this particular Bayswater. This is absolutely gorgeous, and look at that green interior. This is so stunning and beautiful. It is classically designed and shaped, but I just love the twist of this tri-colour, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And they do beautiful accessories that can go with these pieces. But I have picked up many different Bayswaters over the years, and I've got 3 on the floor that I can show you. You know, my first was this. So I bought this from Designer Exchange. It is mock croc, and it is absolutely gorgeous and just a real workhorse bag. I love this. You can throw it over your shoulder, in the crook of your arm, by hand. It's just a fantastic piece. Mine has an organizer inside it, but just really, really excellent. Love this. The classic postman's lock on the front. That wasn't my first. No, that wasn't my first. This was my first. That was my second. This was my first. The trippy tiger. I bought this from Luxury Promise. How stunning is this? With the silver hardware, the blues, the tiger print. I've got this gorgeous little charm on it. Look how cute that charm is. Oh, love it. This icy blue leather. Really, really gorgeous. I can't believe I forgot this was my first one. I absolutely love this bag. I think it's great, and I've used it a few times recently. I stopped using it for a while for no reason other than I just have a lot of bags, but I've been really enjoying it. Then as another example, again, very classic in every element except for this very vibrant color. This beautiful and gorgeous orange. How stunning is this orange? And the orange carries through to the interior. It is just fabulous. So stunning. It is such a simple bag in its aesthetic. Beautifully made, but a simple bag. It's not trying to be overly shouty in its design with too many elements. It is well constructed, beautifully shaped, classically done, but you can get these fabulous, fabulous variations. So you've got this stunning one, and then I've also got this one, which I see as a bit of a classic. And then this one, which is cloudy leopard, patent. So, you know, you can get these fabulous versions of this particular bag, and I only own Heritage Bayswaters. I don't own any of the other iterations of the Bayswater style, but I just think it's a really fantastic bag and truly does deserve that it bag status. I remember so many people having them in the late 2000s. You know, Kate Moss carried one, Alexa Chung carried one, a lot of celebrities carried them. I think Mary-Kate and Ashley used to have them. Like these very influential individuals when it comes to style carried this particular bag. Plus, I had so many friends who had them. There wasn't really an 18th birthday or a 21st birthday that went by that I didn't know somebody who had gotten a Mulberry Bayswater for their birthday. It was a lot of people's first designer bag, first luxury bag, and they really gave you a lot, I think, as a bag. For what you spend on this piece, you get a lot for your money, and they are very durable and they stand the test of time. So what are the key benefits that I see to this particular bag, and why do I think it's still very relevant today? It is a practical bag. It is beautifully made. You can get them in many variations and iterations. It's a fantastic price in the boutique. It is around, you can get versions, I think, from £1,000 up to about 1,300, and that price point has not changed really for many years. But you can also pick them up in the outlets, or you can get fantastic deals pre-loved. And I have bought mine from a mixture of places, and I don't feel cheated in any capacity by what I have paid for these particular pieces. I think they're great. I think it's very, very classic. I think it is recognizable if you know fashion, but it isn't showy as a bag. Obviously, the iteration you buy it in, my bright orange one, slightly showier than, for example, my black mock croc. But you can get it in a much more muted variation, or you can really amp it up. It's completely your decision. They've done typography versions. They've done lots of versions over the years. But I think it is quite a subtle bag. It is great for day. It is great for work. I think it's one of the ultimate work bags. I also have used it for evening and it has worked absolutely fine. I used this because I went into London for meetings. Then after those meetings, it was Friday, went for drinks in London, then went back closer to home and went to a nightclub. And I took this with me and I was home at 3:30 in the morning. I left my house at 7:30, got home at 3:30. This stayed with me the whole time and it did every transition of my day with me. You can't really ask for much more. Is it the ideal clubbing bag? No, but it can do it. It can do it and it was absolutely fine. So you can also adjust it. So I have never done this, but it does have these straps that go on the interior of the bag and you can unbuckle those and extend the bag if you wanted to, just to give yourself a little bit of breathing space. So let's say maybe you're trying to put an item in the bag that can't quite fit, you could loosen those slightly and just push the bag out a little bit. I personally feel that that slightly ruins the aesthetic of the bag, but each to their own. That's just my point of view. The postman's lock is very functional, very easy to get in and out of. I never have an issue with it. And like I said, you can put it on your shoulder, crook of your arm, carry it by hand. It works for all of them. So what's the main drawback? Because as I see it, there's probably only two. The first one is, it isn't as, although it's practical and it's well thought through, it is not as capacious as the exterior would allow you to think, particularly when you've got an organizer or a base shaper or something in the bag. Suddenly you've cut the space, you've limited a little bit. It isn't quite as big as a bag of a similar size. So for example, this is more practical, I would say, in terms of overarching capacity than a Bayswater. This is technically, I think, a smaller bag, but it is a little bit more practical. The shape also lends itself because this is slightly more rectangular. The Bayswater is more of a triangular shape. That's not the right word. Trapezoid? No, that's not right either. Oh, I'm gonna Google that. But this, because you're pinching at the top, so the base is wider than the top. You have a little bit less space to work with than it might initially be perceived, but also it can get quite heavy. That's probably its main drawback, is that it can get quite heavy, and it's a fairly sizable bag. It's a lot of leather. If you buy it in a leather version, that has some weight to it. This denim version is lighter than the leather versions. And different leathers, I think, will probably have slightly different weights to them as well. But this is definitely lighter than my leather versions, but it can still get heavy because being a fairly sizable bag, you can fit a fair amount in it. So that's probably its main drawback. But I really feel that the pros of the bag absolutely eclipse the cons. It is beautiful, it is well priced, it is stylish, it is classic. You can really get a version that matches your personality. You can buy them from so many places because they're accessible through boutiques, through the department stores, through outlets, through pre-loved. Like, really, when it comes to this bag, the world is your oyster. Like, it is such a great bag, and it really does deserve to maintain that it bag status. In terms of some of the competitors for it, going super high end, the Birkin, I would say the YSL Sac de Jour is probably quite a close competitor to it. I'm trying to think that there will be more that can compete with it. I mean, in my collection, I interchange it probably with different pieces. The Phantom, they're not like for like, but I interchange it with the Phantom. My Prada Saffiano Luxe Tote or Galleria or whatever that yellow bag is. I still need to find that out. Like, there are pieces that are interchangeable in my collection. I would say with the Bayswater, it's just a fabulous piece and it deserves to have stood the test of time. And I hope that we still see it being sold in another 22 years. And if we are still seeing it being sold in another 22 years, I will very likely still be a customer. So, love it. We'll continue to buy them as and when I see the versions that really speak to me. And yeah, I highly recommend. I'm never here to tell anyone what to do, but I really do think that if you're in the market for this style of bag, or maybe a smaller crossbody style, or you don't really love the Alexa but you want something similar, look at the Bayswater satchel. If you want something super cute, look at the micro Bayswater as a little decoration or decorative piece. The Piccadillys are fabulous as a travel bag. So there's a lot of options here. Keep your eyes open, and yeah, it's a win for me. So there we have it, everyone. Those are my thoughts. Thank you so much as always for watching. I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.